Hey guys, so it's Alec and I'm shopping stuff for my Fun Fridays, and right now we're at Hobby Lobby, me and Melina, but they have some really awesome sales going on. So like this whole 24 set of acrylic paint, it's like $14.99, but it's 50% off. And I would turn their camera around, but I gotta stop recording, so 1 second. They also have a bunch of different size canvases that are 50% off, so I just got a whole bunch of different sizes. So this is the 8x10, which is $2.99, but it's half off. Then I got the 12x12 for $4.99, and they come in a pack of 2, so I thought it was kind of bang for your buck if you had nothing else to do. And then they also have their acrylic paint on sale for 30% off, so got some of that too. So all this stuff is on sale right now for half off. At least the brand is. So like all these paintbrushes have like a whole bunch of different options. And then look at all this paint. Go wild. Hi Melina. Okay guys, so we are now back at home after a day shopping. And so for Fun Fridays, I decided to get these colors. So I got the red, green, purple, yellow, orange, and then 2 bottles of the white paint. You don't necessarily have to get these colors, but they were the cheapest. Okay, so for today's first Fun Friday video, I thought it'd be really cool to paint a jellyfish. Not just any jellyfish though, it's like a acrylic, blow art, string art type of jellyfish. Just for fun, something you can easily do at home. But I'll also put all the items that I bought in the description below, so make sure you check that out in case you were wondering how much each thing was. So in order to achieve this jellyfish painting, you are going to need probably some paint brushes. Don't necessarily have to get this kind, but I thought everything was in there already, so I thought it was pretty cool. And then I got this paper palette because it was more easily disposable after I was done with it, instead of actually having to wash out the actual acrylic bowl that you could buy. And then got a canvas. We're gonna use the 9x12 today, and then you can get your paint. You don't necessarily have to use these colors, but I thought they were the easiest. And then in order to make your paint more water-like, that way it's easier to pour over the canvas, I got some white glue, and then we got some plastic cups that you can put your paint in from the dollar store. Okay, so I already started mixing the glue with the white paint to make it more watery. And so what I did was, I believe from what I read, it was 2 parts of glue to 1 part paint, and then I just kind of eyeballed it, to be honest. I'm not a pro painter, but you do what you can. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just mixing it together with the 2 parts glue and the 1 part paint, white acrylic. I'm just mixing with a plastic spoon, and I also added some water, but you don't want to add too much, otherwise it'll probably mess with the paint. And you kind of want to get a good water-like consistency, that way when you pour it over your canvas it's easier to spread around. And the reason why you want to do that is because when we do the blow art plus the string art paint, it's easier to get the aesthetic portion of what you're looking for. Like I said, I'm no pro painter, but yeah, I'm just following the video, and I can link that in the description too. But I also recommend getting newspaper, that way you don't get too messy, if you can see that. Okay, so what I did next, guys, is I added 2 drops of my green acrylic paint into my tiny bowl. And you guys probably are wondering like why I'm making it more water consistent, but that's because we have the option of buying water-based paint, acrylic type of thing at Hobby Lobby. I believe it's the medium paint pouring thing, and like I said, you can look it up. But this is just kind of like our next alternative, which is why we bought the glue and the water and stuff. Like I said, I just got it off of a website, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. But like I said, this was our alternative, and it was our easy to go. So this is a close-up version of what it looks like when I mixed the green in. You didn't want to add too much because again, this is your base, and so this is going to cover your whole canvas, and you want to be able to still see the jellyfish and that is what should take away instead of like your background. But like I said, I'm no pro painter, and I'm just hoping that it covers the whole canvas. Probably gonna need more, but when you're a student, you work with what you can. So I got enough plastic mini bowls to be able to hold my canvas. So basically I just took two and I flipped them upside down. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna lay my canvas on top of it. And so that way when I pour the paint on top of the canvas and I'm able to swipe it over, it'll just drip off more easily. Are you recording? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it on the canvas, and like I said, hopefully it's enough. And then I got out my my thicker palette spoon thing, and I'm gonna spread it around. So it came out nicely.
Cutscenes.
So I've smoothed it out with my palette knife, and it actually didn't turn out that bad. Like I said, we are not pro painters here. We are working with the budget, and we're students, so we're gonna do what we can. So I've mixed my purple, and I actually did white acrylic and red acrylic for this one to get my pink. And I thought it'd be a nice color to lay on top of this like coral green. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to lay down your dark color and your light color. And it's important that you probably choose a dark base and a light base. That way when it goes onto your canvas, there's more of a texture and dynamic thing going on. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start blowing downwards, and we're going to start creating the head. So. So this is the final product of my jellyfish head, and it doesn't look too bad. But with that the blowout portion, it kind of makes like that come look effect with both the colors blended together, which makes the jellyfish head more realistic. So I got my pink ready and I got my purple ready, and what we're gonna do next is we're going to put the twine in there, and we're gonna start creating the body portion of the jellyfish. So I'm now gonna drown my twine in my pink paint, and I'm using my spoon as a guide to kind of just cover what I need. You do want to leave a bit of the twine out, that way when it's not fully covered in the paint, and you can kind of maneuver it how you want, and I will show you in the next step. So when I take out the twine, I take my spoon and I kind of take off some paint, and I'm kind of drawing it over the edge as well. That way a good amount of it comes off, but we still have a good amount that will also be on the canvas. So when we make the body, typically a jellyfish is kind of thin, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the string to control the swirl, and we kind of want thin ones, but I'm just going to put it right there. So I'm finished with the pink twine, but now I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna do one single purple twine. That way it has a mixture of color in there as well with the purple. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start making the tentacles, and I'm going to take my, looks like it's an 8 brush. So, you know, makeup tutorial, but do what you can. And I'm going to dip it into my purple, and you want to make tear-like drops to create the tentacle effect from the base. So I'm just touching it up to make it more teardrop-like, and so that way you can actually see where the tentacles start. So now what I'm going to do to create the actual tentacles down from the head is I'm going to take another palette knife, and I'm just going to dip it into the purple. And then I'm going to follow along with where the base of the tentacle is. And this is the final product of my jellyfish. For our first time tape, that wasn't actually too bad. And I want to thank Kylie for helping me videotape this. So now I'm probably going to leave it to dry overnight because there's a ton of paint on it. But make sure you like the video, subscribe to us for more Friday fun videos. We also have some more content coming soon. And like I said, if you need something to do while we are going through what we're going through that was really easy to make, you would obviously just have to go out and buy the supplies, but I think that took me less than maybe like 20 minutes to get everything together. So yeah, thanks guys.